I mean, it wouldn't have been like we had a week off from recording if something didn't go wrong when we started, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand how not using your equipment for an extended amount of time makes it not work right. Like,
I never understood that.
you give it a rest and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys have no idea what we're talking about, but I'm sure if you listen to the show for an extended amount of time, you can figure it out. Welcome back to Outside the Cinema, your weekly source for cult movie discussions. We are your hosts, Bill and Chris. Say hello to our listeners, Chris.
Hello, everybody. Here we are.
How is everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Against my better judgment, I returned to the United States after my vacation in the UK and Amsterdam. Funny story. Was in Scotland for a couple days. You know who was in Scotland while I was in Scotland?
Yeah. Yeah, he's following you.
You do know.
I do.
You do know.
Yeah. Oh, funny story.
I like funny stories.
He went to go open a new golf course or whatever and bitch about the windmills. And then the day that he was there, they signed an order to install 300 windmills off the coast of his golf course.
It was great. It was great.
Oh, what a
Great.
fucking foreskin.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this photo. I took a photo of the newspaper headlines that day, just to give you an idea of what everyone in the rest of the world thinks of our situation here.
Yeah.
I have like 1,000 pictures from this trip, so just give me a second to find it. But the trip was awesome. We had a really good time. My first time being over there. Loved Amsterdam. Loved Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Scotland was my favorite of the three, and I also really enjoyed London. Obviously, the Oasis concert was the highlight of the trip, but it was just awesome. Had a great time. It was great for Mel and I to spend some time together without anyone else bothering us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is that photo? I know it's in here because it was obviously when we were in Scotland. So I got to track it down. That's London. Don't worry, I'll find it.
I'm not worried.
I know it's exciting stuff, and obviously our listeners won't see it either. But I mean, what's the difference if I show it to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be. Where the hell is it? Well, we'll just. You know what? I'm looking in the wrong folder. That's why. That's why I can't find it in the wrong folder. Yeah, Oasis was biblical. It was so
Good.
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 Sounded unbelievable. The crowd was incredible. There was an unfortunate incident at the Saturday show apparently where someone fell, which is a huge bummer because everyone, like the vibes inside of Wembley were so good and on another level. All right, so can you see that? Hang on. Come on.
It's just a bright white thing.
Yeah, hang on. Let me. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yep. The ego has landed. That's good. That's good.
That's the front of the Daily Paper, the Daily Record in Scotland, the day that he got there. Go for it.
I wish
But
they
yes,
would
had
just
a
say,
great time.
don't show up. Please don't come here.
We, when we were walking around Scotland, Edinburgh, for first and foremost, was the most inclusive city I've ever been to. It was anybody and everybody, sex, gender, religion, nationality, all just intertwined.
Oh, you mean living their
It was
lives like normal people?
living together and not giving a shit
Yeah.
about anything. I mean, I'm sure they did, don't get me wrong, but like it wasn't, and it was weird because, you know, like here it's, even though like cities are, you know, together, but like they're segregated. And it was the same, and it was in London was interesting because like there was like different neighborhoods. It's like, well, this is Chinatown and this is, you know, this is the Muslim neighborhood and this is where this is. Like in Scotland, it wasn't like that. And maybe that's just where we were.
Okay.
But it was very, very cool. And like there was protests all over the place. And we were walking back to the hotel and the lady in front of us was just holding a sign that said Trump is a cunt.
Oh, I think I saw a picture of her.
It wasn't her. So that wasn't the only sign.
Oh, that's fair.
But there was definitely a photo opportunity that was taken where somebody was holding that sign behind him while he was talking.
Nice.
Great stuff. But yeah, had a great time. We had a pre-recorded show last week. We're back this week. Film's recovering. A couple of kind of just like random little things that have been kind of sitting on the docket for a while. So we've got two films. One of them is like a late 70s, early 80s political thriller that was not something we normally do, but goddamn, I love Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
And I especially love Jeff Bridges from this time period.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a film called Winter Kills, which I had come across in 1979. It's got incredible cast. It's got Jeff Bridges, John Huston, Anthony Perkins, Eli Wallach, and an uncredited appearance by Elizabeth Taylor. It's got a lot of great stuff going on in terms of its title and who's in it.
Yeah.
I can't say whether the film had a lot of great stuff. We'll get to that. And then the other one I came across was one that I had put in my pocket a while ago when we did Cynthia Rocktober a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it's called Night Vision from 1997, starring Fred Williamson, Cynthia Rothrock, Robert Forrester, Frank Petch, Amanda Wells, and Willie Galt, and Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys, who's now passed,
Yeah.
obviously R.I.P. So, cool. Hey, plug Spectopia, because anyone that's watching the show sees that I'm wearing one of the shirts today.
Yeah. That's Ix. He's our default, what's it called? Mascot.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
He was the first one I did.
I'm a sellout. Oh, see, I like the demo.
Yeah, exactly. So we have. I've been drawing little demons and ghosts and monsters, and I'm working up a story now about where they come from, why I draw them, what they do, because they're sort of like my emotional support monsters. They were my inner voice, the intrusive thoughts. But since I've identified them, I'm not done, by the way. This is just
right.
I've identified a few of them, and I've come to terms with things, and knowing, how my brain operates and all that. I have to take what I have and use it to my advantage. So in my imagination, I've taken these problem monsters and made them helpful and caring, and they want to do a good job. They thought they were doing the right thing, but they were only doing it because that's what they were told they should do. Nobody thought about anything. It's about conformity and stuff. But anyway, so what we did this week is put in a bunch of women's shirts, V-neck, scoop, whatever, and half shirts, because half shirts are back. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of that in Amsterdam and also in London.
Yeah, I was surprised. But hey, so we have half shirts and the other thing, and we're going to do up kids' shirts are next. And it's just these goofy looking, sometimes neat looking demons and monsters and stuff on shirts.
Cool.
And what do we got? We added cryptids in because I got a bunch of those. I got like 30 more of them, and then cosmic creatures are going to be in there. I think the next wave we're going to do is going to be on the 23rd, and there's 4 characters that I named after characters from Childhood's End, from after the aliens. And the 23rd is actually the anniversary of the printing of Childhood's End, which is one of my favorite sci-fi books. So those 4 are going to come out, not as a set, nothing special. I don't know how to do anything special with any of that, but those 4. And then soon, we're getting there. We're learning internet sales from the ground up over here. And
Trial by fire.
It's a lot, yeah. But then I'm going to release, we got, I think we're going to do the 3 versions of the Elder thing I made. One with an arm and a wing, one with arms, one with wings. And then a cosmic type entity that isn't already established that I've come up with. And it's basically just my wife said, hey, we should see if anybody would buy your artwork. And I'm like, all right, I guess it's not that great, but here we go. And that's what we're doing. We're stumbling through this whole thing, and I don't know. Hopefully it catches on. My ideal like thing would be, after a little while of pushing it and getting in touch with the right people and everything, it ends up, like a quarter as big as that Life is Good guy with his stuff, because that's all about positivity and everything, and that's where we're going to spin this.
Maybe you can make Labubus of them. eventually.
What is that?
You don't know what that is either? Nobody, they're so hot too, and like nobody knows what they are.
Tell me what it is. I might not know the name of it.
So the Labubus are these little stuffed demon like character guys
Okay.
that are from like Pop Mart and places and like that. They're of Asian, I believe, Korean or Japanese. I'm not
Oh,
positive,
shit. I
one of
was
the
just
two.
talking about them with my kids the other day.
But they're like huge right now,
Yeah.
and they're like pretty hard to get, and like they're like going for like double and triple on the resale market and stuff. So a lot of the guys that I follow, that I resell shoes on the
Yeah.
side just to make some extra money, and a lot of the guys that I follow and like relate with for shoe reselling all are reselling Labubus now, and it's like it's the most bizarre thing in the world because they're just these little stuffed animals.
Yeah. Wow.
So you can akin it to the Beanie Baby craze, I guess. Would
Yeah.
be the best way to kind of look at it.
Wow. It seems like it's what the Ugly Dolls company wanted to happen with their stuff, and it just didn't
Kind
catch
of, yeah.
on like that.
Kind
Okay.
of. But if you just, I mean, if it's right now, if it's like from that like Asian manga, anime, Pop Mart world, those things all seem to catch on in a way that you never would have expected.
Well, that's interesting.
But yeah, they're just idea down the road. You can, work with them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that because, I mean, I'm not stealing art styles or anything like that, but the way that you promote things, definitely that's copyable because you've already done it, so you don't need it.
Oh yeah.
So
Did Scott send you the photo?
he did, and I have this real problem acknowledging that somebody likes something I did. So I saw the picture and I looked at it like 7 times yesterday, and I'm like, I need to write back, and my brain says, no, you're too embarrassed to write back. And I'm like,
He texted me the photo and was like, I'm gonna send this to you because every time I text Chris, I don't know if he's actually read it or not.
oh,
So
yeah, no, immediately. And then like somehow inside I turn into like this 4-year-old that's embarrassed about everything they're doing. And I'm really bad at that.
all you need to do is type up a thing and you can copy and paste it every time. Just says, "Hey, thanks for the support. I appreciate it." And
Yeah.
you can just paste it in so then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but with Scott, it'll be a personal one. Yeah. And I appreciate everybody
Sure.
that's put an order in, you and some other people who I don't know if they want to be named or not, so I won't. But,
I don't want to be named.
well, I didn't. I just said you.
Oh, okay, good.
But
Cool. Plug the website
it's
before we get too far.
SpectopiaArts.com because Spectopia is already taken by some glasses manufacturer, obviously.
Obviously.
So it's SpectopiaArts.com on Etsy, and we're going to try and add in we're going to add new stuff minimum every month. We'll put up at least 5 new designs. And I did the math, and that should last about 22 months based on the stuff I have now.
Nice. Nice.
So
Cool.
yeah, it's fun. And I ordered. I'm testing out some new designs. I got some prototypes coming in, but a phone case that I was just screwing around with just to see how that looks. And yeah,
Nice.
we're gonna have not just clothes. There's gonna be. My wife wants to do like the travel mugs and regular mugs and all kinds of stuff. So
Love it. Love
it's
it.
just taking a while because Jesus Christ, this takes a while.
Hey, dude, I've had a movie
Yeah,
that's been done for over a year.
yeah.
It's been done and screened and film festivaled for going on almost now 2 years, and I'm still waiting for it to be released. So just so you know,
Yeah.
we have a deal signed
That's good.
and
That's
good to go.
Yeah.
We haven't made an announcement on it yet because we don't have any like hard information.
Oh,
So soon
yeah.
is what I will tell people.
That's good. That's good.
Cool. All right, let's get into the show for this week. We got a full show. We got Scott. We got Joe. We got a couple of movies to talk about. We are going to start with the Jeff Bridges conspiracy thriller, Winter Kills. Unbelievable. I forgot that I restarted the thing and forgot to reconnect the iPad, even though I had it all set to go earlier.
That's true.
Oh, son of a bitch. Hold, please. I was doing so good, too.
It was that audio
so
problem
good.
in the beginning before we started recording. That
Well,
threw it
yeah,
for
yeah.
a
Nobody needed to know that existed, even though I told everyone.
Well, no, I mean, you're going to have a problem when you're setting up. I mean,
Obviously.
not before you go on air. That's all different.
All right, let's try that again.
Okay.
There we go.
Miles! Miles!
Winter Kills. The search for a truth that could shake everything you ever believed in. What Nicholas Keegan will discover is the most dangerous, shattering revelation of our time. The Keegans are an American dynasty.
What am I going to do with these girls, Mr. Secretary? First they're hot, then they're cold.
Hello, Pa.
You all know my son, Nicholas.
They own ships, oil, and swank New York restaurants.
We don't allow ladies in trousers in the dining area.
You what?
It's no problem. Follow me along the sidewalk. Because he didn't think I tipped him enough. Imagine that.
We will have to ask you to leave.
My name is Nicholas Keegan. My father owns this place.
I'm awfully sorry, sir.
They even own presidents.
You think you got those votes on your good looks? I bought them and I paid for them. When I needed cash, I got it. Now, you remember your debts.
Damn it! Why do you think I got to this job? Review the fleet.
Their computers hold information about millions of people,
And his people's
which can make
conversations.
fortunes or destroy lives.
From our satellite, we can watch everything. Nasty little wars in Africa, troop movements, ship movements, nuclear tests, the Sinai, the Panama Canal. Every little thing to check an investment.
Nothing competes today with owning a hospital. No customer credit, pay in advance or get out. Unique product, pay. Laundry alone throws off enough to pay the orderlies in the lab. Hey, Nick, like a little?
Well, I got a contract for you. One of the biggest contracts ever handed out. Anyway.
Someone is trying to teach me a lesson in futility. Why am I the only one who isn't killed?
They will run you dizzy. They will pile falsehood on top of falsehood until you can't tell a lie from the truth and you won't even want to. That's how the powerful keep their power. Don't you read the papers?
What the hell?
He was caught trying to enter, Mr. Keegan.
That's my son.
They're calling the police.
You begging to die? I'm standing between you and darkest night, son.
From Richard Condon's rousing bestseller, hailed by the New York Times for its shocking surprises and grand entertainment, Winter Kills, the epic spectacle of an American dynasty.
Take my hand!
Stupid! You want to go with me?
Take my hand, Pa!
Well, there you have it. Winter Kills.
Why even watch it now?
I know, right? Seriously. Winter Kills 1979. First and foremost, killer cast.
Yeah.
I know I said it at the top of the show, but Jeff Bridges, John Huston, Anthony Perkins, Eli Wallach, an uncredited role from Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
Great. Toshihiro Mifune is in it also in a couple spots. Great stuff. Directed by William Reichard.
Sure. I don't know.
Let's see. So he's an actor in a bunch of stuff. I'm not too sure. Now that I said that, I'm probably going to look, and he's going to probably have like a million directing credits that are like the biggest films ever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's usually how it works. Let's just look at his directing stuff. The Face of Alexander Dumas. Actually, no, not much. Winter Kills was his second film. He directed something called The American Success Company. And did we actually cover that? We might have covered that. Oh, no, maybe not. It also has Jeff Bridges in it.
Oh. Huh.
I'll have to check that out then. But this is based on a Richard Condon novel. Richard Condon probably best known for working on the novels for, was it The Manchurian Candidate? I think he did. And Prince's Honor. I think he did that one too.
Okay. So a good writer.
Yes, very good writer. Very good writer. Story of this is it's nice to go back and look at the late 70s political climate and see just how different it is from now, huh?
It is. Yeah. Nixon's whole treasonous bullshit was in the news still, and we were fighting wars we shouldn't be in, and there's dynasties of families just causing problems around the world.
Yeah, people are spending money on things they shouldn't be and taking money away from places it should go. It was very different times then.
I mean, I would have hate to have grown up in the 70s and then have it followed with Reagan's years that still fuck everything up to this day. I mean, glad it's over.
I saw a great meme yesterday, I believe. Doesn't really matter when I saw it, other than the fact that both people that are commented on it had passed recently.
Okay.
And it was, how fitting is it that those of us that grew up and remember that Hulk Hogan was the say your prayers, take your vitamins epitome of what you should be, died a bigot, racist scumbag. And Ozzy Osbourne, who was stood up as a Satanist and the best of all, like the worst of all evil, essentially died a saint because he donated like all his money to like Parkinson's research and like did all these really great things in his, in his twilight years.
Yeah.
And it's it's sad, but it's so true.
Yeah.
Like,
not to mention one of his biggest songs is about, staying sane and getting help. You listen to the lyrics of Crazy Train and it's like, oh.
I assumed you were talking about Miracle Man. Sorry.
Oh, no. I Bark at the Moon, actually.
Shot in the dark.
One step something.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Yeah, that's the one.
Flying high again.
Well, sort of.
I was a huge Ozzy fan when I was younger.
Me too. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
One of my first like really like cool concerts was Ozzy Osbourne at the Orpheum for the it wasn't the No More Tour, it was the Theater of Madness tour.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which was amazing.
Nice.
Anyway, getting back to this. So you got Jeff Bridges, who plays Nick Keegan. He is the younger brother of a former U.S. president who was assassinated under these weird circumstances, like 20 years prior to what we're seeing in the film. So we meet Jeff Bridges' character Nick. He's on his father's boat, which is some sort of, I guess, research. What I don't even know what the boat was.
It felt like he was out there doing more like humanitarian work, like Greenpeace or like I don't know. He was out there doing something that was not being the president's son or the brother, I mean. But
yeah, almost kind of like putting him like so no one sees him or whatever.
Yeah. Or as the film goes on, you see it's more of he just doesn't give a shit about that life. He doesn't want it at all. But I feel like, and I want to say this in the beginning, that this more than most movies hits the ground running at about 45, 50 miles an hour.
I'd say so.
Right out. And you have to really pay attention to catch up and get everything that's going on. Fortunately, it's sort of a little bit mirrors the JFK stuff. So you do have something.
Yeah, there's definitely Kennedy influences on this.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. So you have a little bit of a grounding, of a place to start, of like, okay, that part sounds familiar, and okay, they're going in this direction. That's fine. And then it's okay. But then there's so many other things that happen so early in this movie, like that. I don't know what's going on at certain times. Like,
for sure,
are these good guys? Does he trust these people in the car with him? Is he hallucinating that everybody in this car, what happened to them happened or not? But apparently all of it really does happen. It was strange.
It was. So he's on the boat. We know that his dad is a very wealthy, very powerful man. We find out that his dad, John Huston, is just like one of the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah,
he has
I don't like
endless money.
Yeah. I don't like evil John Huston.
No, neither do I.
No,
he was good at it though.
He was very good at it, but I'm like, Gandalf, come on. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't like.
Anyway,
he was good, but really bad.
Right. So a helicopter lands on the boat with a badly wounded man, and one of the guys that works with him is like, hey, Nick, you have to come listen to see what this guy has to say. And he confesses to being the gunman that murdered his brother years earlier, and his brother being the president. So he gives him some information on where to find the gun and all of this stuff. And now Nick is basically like, all right, well, I got to go, I got to figure out what's really going on here, because we've learned that somebody was tried and convicted of doing the murder, but now there's all these other questions that somebody else did it. And like most political thrillers, it takes you down this rabbit hole of all of these other things where this person's connected here, this person's connected here. Is it the mob? Is it the other part of the government?
Yep.
Is it the family? Is it another family? Like, conspiracy theories abound, and it goes deep.
Yeah.
We meet John Cerruti, who's played by Anthony Perkins, and he is like kind of the guy behind the whole empire. He's the guy that runs their like technical nerve center where they monitor satellites and phone conversations and like all of this like underhanded stuff that like in 1979 people weren't really thinking about, whereas now it's actually really what happens.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, he comes off as like the Riddler and Brainiac combined in his really minimal set of a thing where he's got like 2 control panels, not the rest of the place that looks like an Austin Powers James Bond mashup, but he's the most powerful person, we come to find out, isn't he? Because he has access to all the information.
Right, yeah. And it's kind of like, it's kind of a twist, but not really.
Yeah.
And like, it's all kind of leading to that. So the way it kind of works itself out. So John's like, Nick's like, I have to figure out what's going on. So he leaves the boat and goes to his dad's golf course. I mean, president would never have his own golf course.
No,
he wasn't the president.
not one.
Either way.
Not one golf course.
Not just one. And he's basically like, hey, listen, this thing happened with the assassin. I need to find out what really happened. And he goes on try to find out. So he goes and he gets the gun, and then the guys he's with when he gets the gun are all murdered, and he finds out, he keeps hearing how basically anyone that's been involved in this in any way has gotten killed. He's the only one that hasn't.
Yeah.
And now we're like, well, is he being protected, or has he just been lucky, or what exactly is going on?
Yeah, or is he a part of it and he's trying to throw suspicion off, because that thought never left my head for quite a while.
Yeah.
Because who knows?
Yeah, it's so dense at points that you're just kind of drowning in names and information.
That's true. Yeah.
That makes it really difficult to connect the dots when they start putting it together, because you're like, wait a minute. He talks to like 10 different mobsters, and then it's like, who's who? And then he talks to a guy in the back of like a armored car, but then he talks to the guy in the back of an Italian restaurant, and then he talks to this other guy at a chicken farm, and like then we get these retellings of things that happened in the past, but then you don't know what to believe, because one guy's like, oh, well, you talked to so-and-so, he's full of shit, this is what really happened. Oh, you talked to him, he's full of shit, this is what really happened.
Yeah.
And you get to a point where even when they give you a reveal, excuse me, you don't know whether to believe it or not.
Well, there is a certain point where it's like, oh yeah, of course, that makes sense. And it's honestly, it's the last guy he goes and talks to that's like, you have no idea what's going on, do you? You don't know what they're doing with you. And, and he's not being given the information he thinks he's being given, probably by everybody, and it all conflicts and it loops back on itself, and I was pretty satisfied with that, because it wasn't just a simple, oh look, we're distracting you. There was a whole network of bullshit and cover-ups and lies, and I was kind of impressed with that.
Yeah, and you got to suspend some belief to think that the brother of the former U.S. president can just kind of go and do all these things and nobody knows what's going on. No, he doesn't have any help with them, or like Secret Service protecting him, or like anything.
Yeah, no, he's just going around.
Yeah. And he's got his French girlfriend that like goes to her house, and then like they sleep together, but then he like gets mad and leaves, and then like he's like, I want to marry you, and then but no, I don't want to marry you, and then she ends up disappearing, and then like, oh, she wasn't who you thought she was, and then it's just, it works, but it's held together very, very thinly.
Yeah, it feels like the book was one thing, but this was a boiled down version where we lost a lot of the nuance and subtle character stuff and little bits of information that would make it a mystery and kind of lead you along to it. And this is just kind of a chase. It feels like. So
yeah,
that doesn't necessarily make it terrible, but it's a lot more that you have to pay attention to. You got to really be on top of it.
Yeah, this is not one you can fall in and out of. You can't pick up the phone and do a few things and then jump back into it because you'll be like, who are these characters? Where did they come from?
Yeah.
But Jeff Bridges, and he's pretty young in this. This isn't his first role by any means, but like one of his earlier leading roles. He's excellent. I mean, Jeff Bridges is excellent in general.
Yeah.
For me, everything except for his role in The Big Lebowski, which obviously
I mean, he was good in it. The movie's just, it's not for me. But
still think it's the most overrated cult movie of all time. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not arguing that. I have no opinion on Big Lebowski.
Right. I mean, so Jeff Bridges obviously did a lot of work as a kid actor too. He was in a lot of like Sea Hunt and like Lassie and stuff like that. And then started getting his leading work, in the early 70s. I would say that his first real breakthrough hit, would King Kong? Would King Kong be the kind of like the
thing? It could be. Yeah. That's up there.
Yeah, and then he was in King Kong. Somebody killed her. Cutter's Way. Tron, I think, is probably where most people in our realm probably first. That and King Kong, and then did a voice in The Last Unicorn. Starman, Against All Odds.
Okay. Yep.
So, but I love Jeff Bridges in general, and he's really good in this. And John Huston is excellent in this, and it bothered me that he was so good because he's so dark and evil.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't like him like that, but he was good.
He was good. Yeah. All right, I don't really think there's a whole lot to say without that won't ruin and give things away. And this is a pretty like unknown film from what I can gather in terms of our world because I've never heard anybody talk about it. So let's just grade then. All right, Chris, what do you recommend and what is your grade for Winter Kills?
I'm going to recommend this, but with the caveat of know that going in that there's a lot of information you don't have that you're going to be able to pick up pieces of as it goes along. It sort of all gets explained in the end, which is okay. But it's a watch. It's a focused watch.
Okay.
But I turned to Nova and I said, hey, you know what? Here's what I was thinking just now. I thought, I better stop this movie so I can go watch the two dumb ones I have to watch. Oh, wait, I am watching one of them. Okay. So that was a real thing that happened. I thought I put this on instead of something else that I had to watch. So if I was into it, that's good. So I'm going to go with a B.
Okay.
It's
solid grade.
Yeah. One of my favorite things of this is when I was little, we were in Philadelphia for the bicentennial, and I don't really remember seeing a lot of photos or stuff from that time. But in the places in Philadelphia where they filmed, it would be 78 probably when they were filming. So
approximately.
All of the crosswalks and everything were still painted and not totally faded away from the bicentennial. And that was sort of like a shadow of a memory, which was kind of neat to see. But that's it. And the rest of it just pissed me off in a good way, in a good conspiracy movie way. So yeah, it was all right.
Cool. Yeah, we don't cover a lot of like political thriller type stuff on the show, so it's kind of nice to get something a little different. I'm going to recommend it also. I think it's a certain cup of tea for somebody, though. I mean, I don't think everyone's gonna get into this because it is dense and it is heavy and it's light on action. Very light on action. Like there's barely any.
Oh yeah. It's all talking. It's all talking and running around.
Yeah, and it's a great cast, and Jeff Bridges and John Huston specifically are both very good. Anthony Perkins in his limited role is always great. And it's nice to see Elizabeth Taylor just kind of like there. She shows up briefly in like a flashback sequence, but I was looking and I'm like, that's definitely Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't remember seeing her name in the credits anywhere, and she did it uncredited.
Right.
So,
right.
Which I thought was pretty cool. It's well written. I think with a caveat of it is dense and confusing, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So take that for what it's worth. You're going to have to pay attention. You can't pick up the phone. You can't be jumping in and out of it. So
Right.
I'm going to give it a B-,
Okay.
based just on my enjoyment and a couple of parts where I felt it slowed down after coming out so hard and fast. But overall, I still think enjoyable. If political thrillers are your thing, if Jeff Bridges is somebody you like seeing his stuff, then I would definitely check it out.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on then. We're going to go to 1997, Night Vision, starring Fred Williamson and Cynthia Rothrock. I do have a trailer, I believe.
In a city gripped by fear, a serial killer creates a reign of terror where no woman is safe.
He likes plastic wrap on the face. They suck it in their mouths, their nostrils, even their eye sockets. Then rigor mortis sets in.
Be on the lookout for a dark van.
Two cops thrown together.
See the new transfer they call Quick Draw McGraw?
And you're Dirty Harry, right?
With a mission to bring him down.
Real good.
I know what she thinks, what she feels, what she does. Every intimate detail.
You're an ex-detective on a motorbike. You got one chance. You got one chance only.
This guy's got heavy artillery.
His videos are being distributed worldwide by crime syndicate porn channels.
Bet I can whip mine out faster than you can.
What do you want from me, pal? I'm gonna teach you humility. We have a common interest.
Like what?
He's sick, he wants to die. And I'm gonna help him.
You check inside. I'll go that way.
Freeze, bitch. You son of a bitch. You don't go through channels. You don't go through procedure.
Take the shot! You took the shot!
He has a silent partner somewhere in your department.
Got it. Son of a bitch! You bastard! How could you let them give me this on the air?
Julie!
Yes!
Piece of shit. I want you to pick up our video stalker friend, fold up his operation, and ship the whole pile down to Mexico. Got it.
He's on me like a pit bull. He's almost as crazy as I am.
Fuck you.
Hey, Detective Dad! You're just gonna keep on coming, huh?
Fred Williamson. Cynthia Rothrock. Robert Forster.
It's full moon out there.
Yeah, well, it makes for better night vision.
Oh, that's why they call it that. Night Vision. I mean, all-star cast here again. Fred Williamson, Cynthia Rothrock, Robert Forster, Frank Pesci. I mean, this is, in theory, this should rule. Right?
Yeah.
Because Williamson, obviously, legendary blaxploitation actor, but has been in so much more than that. Whether it's Starsky and Hutch, From Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, legend. Cynthia Rothrock, we did it. I'm crying out loud. We based an entire month of shows on her.
Yeah.
The China O'Brien films. I mean, she's awesome. And obviously, Robert Forster is another cult movie legend. I mean, whether you're talking Jackie Brown or Mulholland Drive or whatever. I mean, the guy's been in everything. With that said,
yeah,
under the direction of Gil Bettman, who, let's take a look here and see what Gil Bettman, what he's worked on. He's got 45 credits. Let's see how many director credits he got. All right. Okay, he directed Never Too Young to Die.
Oh.
That's his that's his calling card. He worked on a whole bunch of TV shows. BJ and the Bear, The Fall Guy, Knight Rider. He also directed the music video for Sammy Hagar's I Can't Drive 55.
Oh, okay.
Then he directed Never Too Young to Die, which is a absolute cult classic. No doubt there. An episode of the Twilight Zone reboot.
Okay.
One episode of the Sweet Valley High TV series from the early 90s. One episode of Air America. He must be buddies with Sammy Hagar because he's got like a whole bunch of Sammy Hagar music videos here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
yeah.
Here's the thing. If you have Fred Williamson,
yeah,
and you have Cynthia Rothrock,
yeah,
you do two things. You let the two of them do whatever the fuck they want. You let Cynthia Rothrock just kick people in the face for 90 minutes if that's what she wants to do. And you let Fred Williamson do the same thing, only with his fists, because he's older in this and he can't lift his leg that high, I don't think.
Yeah.
And just let him make weird, like, pointless quips.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in this movie feels super restrained for what they're trying to do, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a simple story. You got Fred Williamson plays Dax Smith. He is a homicide investigator that's been busted down to a motorcycle cop. But he gets entwined in this serial killer. What did they even call the serial killer? What the hell was his name? The fucking
shit. It was
remember.
something with videotape, right?
Oh yeah. It was like the video killer or whatever, something stupid like that. But they call him the Skid Row Cop, which again doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And then Cynthia Rothrock is supposed to be like the rookie who's been busted down because she shot an unarmed person. Okay.
I didn't remember that, honestly.
Yeah. Remember, they're like, oh, she's, you're the transfer they call Quick Draw McGraw?
Yeah, like, okay, whatever. Because the dialogue in this seemed to have been written with fortune cookies. Just whatever's in here, we're going to call that cop wisdom, and then we'll build a scene around whatever we have friends say.
It's just like, I don't know what this movie's trying to be. Because if you watch that trailer, you get a sense of it's kind of like a sexual thriller. But it's not. There's like barely any nudity in it, and there's like only stuff that's like hinted to and briefly shown. It's not like a crazy punch 'em up, kick 'em up movie because Cynthia Rothrock only gets into like one or two fight scenes in the movie.
Yeah, that was
the same thing with Fred Williamson. He only punches one or two guys.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole other side of it where there's like this story going of like underhanded corruption in the police force working with like businessmen and stuff, but none of it's ever cleared up. But yet then there's also this serial killer who is apparently involved in these underhanded workings too, because he's working with the guys that are on the take, but is also like a serial killer that's working on his own, choosing random people to kill, but he's financed by like the businessmen.
Yeah, that part that was too much.
It literally doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because his whole thing, he's trying to be like, first of all, I mean, whoever the guy that was playing the serial killer, let's see here, who was it? Video stalker played by Robert Prentice.
Okay.
Who has such memorable roles as White Boy Number 2 in Dark Angel, aka I Come in Peace.
Oh.
Mobster Number 1 and Brian Boitano. Stone Cold.
Okay.
Brian Bosworth. Drug dealer in Blind Fury. Somehow he got the role as the serial killer, the video stalker. That's what it was, the video stalker in this. And he is like got a perfect haircut and like a perfectly manicured goatee, and he's wearing a black turtleneck tucked into like tan Zeke Avericis.
Yeah.
And he's like supposed to be this like methodical, really smart. Like he keeps being like, "I'm 5 steps ahead of you, Dak," and it's like, "No, you're not."
Well, that's because he's asleep and he doesn't even know he's supposed to be doing anything at this point.
Right.
That's the only reason you're ahead.
Right. But he's like, whole thing is like, we think he's targeting women that are of loose morals. Because the first big murder that we find out is that like, it was this girl who was cheating on her husband, who was also cheating on his wife as like a high level executive or something like that.
We call that the Coldplay screen.
Yes, we call that the Coldplay. Gonna play the long Coldplay on this one.
Yeah.
And he videotapes these indiscretions. And again, apparently he's backed by these people who I guess are looking to expose these businessmen or whatever. But he somehow manages to like completely infiltrate these people's lives and like bug them and videotape them. And it's never really explained how he does it or how he gets the access. And also, what serial killer has henchmen? Like, serial killers don't have henchmen.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Name one.
Cartoon villains, maybe. Professor Pig, Batman. I don't know.
Professor Pig.
He's kind of a gross character. Yeah, that's the worst one I could think of. Then there were all the Jeffrey Dahmer robots.
Yeah.
Oh no, that didn't happen. Sorry.
Fair enough. Fred Williamson, obviously the Hammer himself. We know him and we love him, and he's mailing this one in. And I'm not even gonna blame him because I'm sure he knew. He was like, "Can I just smoke a cigar the whole time?" And they were like, "Well, I don't know, Mr. Williamson. It's like, no, I'm gonna smoke a cigar the whole time." Right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Williamson.
It reminds me a lot of when what the fuck is his name? Richard Grieco was on that episode Always Sunny, and they're trying to film something, and he's like, "Hey, I'm feeling a little stressed. I'm gonna take a seaweed break." And all he did was eat seaweed the entire time. That's how I see it.
And it's just all done so poorly. So poorly.
Yeah.
We start at the beginning, Chris, with a scene that you texted me about. If you'd like to let the people in on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so there's a van and Fred's driving around, and I don't remember exactly what caused him to pay attention to the van. Do you?
No.
Well, he starts chasing the van, and eventually he gets it pulled over, and of course, the doors on the side of the van open automatically, right? Using two Teamsters as the motors to open the doors. And I say Teamsters because these were two bearded, gigantic men laying under the van, opening the doors to make them automatic doors.
Yep.
And it's not just one scene where you see them. You see twice. You see the people on the ground opening up the car doors. And that's my favorite thing in the whole movie. Because how do you not notice that?
My
Or
favorite thing
you
in the
just
whole
don't care.
movie was when they were shooting a scene and the cameraman goes out of focus. And then fixes it. And then fixes it. And they didn't reshoot the scene.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of scenes here that are totally out of focus the whole time.
Yep.
Like there's no correction made. And then the thing that pissed me off
The correction one is worse than the ones that are out of focus the whole time because they knew that they were out of focus.
Yeah. And then to make it worse, like it did nothing. They do the reverse shot is out of focus too in one of the scenes. It's like that's a totally different setup you guys did there. How'd you fuck that up twice?
Yeah. And the final cherry on top, there's a scene where the guy's shooting mortars and you can see the effects mortars on the road very clearly.
I didn't notice
at least
that.
6 times.
Oh,
at least 6 times. They're just on the road and there's the explosion and then like you see the mortar laying there. So bad.
That is terrible.
God bless Cynthia Rothrock, as always, because she does the best she can with what she's given here, and she's always great.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor. You got to go to IMDb and look at her page for upcoming projects.
Okay. Hang on.
I don't want to give anything away here, but
let's see. Is it a Night Vision remake? There's 21 things listed.
Right. She has 21 projects coming up. That's crazy. Good for her.
She's getting up there too, man. Like, she's older now.
Yeah. But
Zombie
hey,
Slayers. She's got like 10 things in the can waiting for release.
Yep.
Something called, one of them is listed as New York Ninja, which is already out. So,
oh, okay, that's fair.
Fury of the Fists. She's great though. I love Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah, I think she knows the role that she fits in and just doesn't fight it.
And at this point, I think she's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You'll pay me for that? All right, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I mean, there was not a lot of physical exertion in this one for her.
No, not really. She wasn't really asked to do much.
Nah.
She was asked to kiss Fred Williamson, and so I guess that probably
that was the trade-off. All right, I'll do that, but I'm not doing anything else.
You're gonna pay me though, right? Right? You're gonna pay me? That's how it goes.
She got paid. Yeah.
You definitely did. I wish there was more to say about this movie, but it is truly bad.
It is.
So.
It is.
All right, Chris, do you recommend? What is your grade for Night Vision?
I'm not going to recommend this. It's fine. It's like it's if you are in a cabin in the woods and this is the only thing you can get over the airwaves, fine. It's perfectly fine to watch. But if you have anything else to do, anything like dig a hole or clean a toilet or read a book, go ahead and do that. This is poorly written dialogue, acted out just at the level of acceptable. I'd never heard of it, and there's good reason, because it's just bleh. So I'm not gonna be a complete dick, because there were some funny parts in like unexpectedly, probably by the crew. But I'm gonna give this a D+. All
right.
Not awful, but poorly made.
Fair. I'm right there with you for the most part. I think I liked it a little more than you, but I'm not going to go out on that. I mean, I'm only recommending it to Fred Williamson and Cynthia Rothrock and Robert Forster completists. Is really the only people that need to watch this if you need to say you've seen all of it. Yeah. And I would put myself in that, probably in there.
Okay.
It's just the thing is, it's like, it's barely fine. It's so cheap and it's so poorly written, and like, you just like, again, you got Cynthia and you got Fred, just let them do their thing. Just let her kick a bunch of like, the best like scene in the whole movie was when excuse me, when one of the other cops was giving her a hard time and she just kicks him in the face.
Yeah.
Like, that was the best part of the whole, was the best scene in the whole movie. He's just like, yeah, baby, maybe you can pull your gun on me. And she just turns around and just boots him right in the face. It's great.
Yeah. What wasn't
we
great
more
was,
of that.
Was seeing where, and you're like, oh, shit, that stuff happened all the time. Like, all the time.
Yeah. So, it's thoroughly fine. Barely.
Yeah.
Barely thoroughly fine. I would give it a D+, C-. Like, it's not, it's on Tubi. You could throw it on in the middle if you're watching a bunch of crap. Like this, unlike the other movie, you don't really need to pay any attention to it to figure out what's going on.
Yes.
So
I did have to rewind at one part though, because the videotape blew up at one point, and I'm like, I forgot. I saw it, but it didn't register.
Right.
Because like, that's dumb. So
how would you do that?
I know, right?
Like,
yeah.
Anyway, speaking of how would you do that, Joe's back.
All right.
I don't remember what we were making him watch because it's been a couple weeks. Is it Insidious? Is it Insidious 2 maybe?
I think we're on Insidious, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Well, hello, Bill. Hello, Chris. And
hello Joe.
It's your boy Joe here. And this week, Bill took me back to, I still have no fucking clue where this movie is supposed to take
Billings,
place. I
Montana.
didn't pay that much attention. He made me watch Insidious 2.
Part 2.
Quick, unrelated thing. For our 13th anniversary, my wife and I went to the Stygian depths of the trash hellscape that is Detroit to see the swell season. If you're ever unlucky enough to be in downtown Detroit, go ahead and catch a show at the Fillmore. It is an absolutely gorgeous old theater. Seats are a bit small, but it's beautiful. And if you ever get the chance to see the swell season, they absolutely do not disappoint live. I have zero jokes to tag in on that. Like,
all right.
You know what? Wait. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Less of a joke, more of a rant. You know how in Don't Stop Believin', the city boy was born and raised in South Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He's not talking about the city because the south side of the city of Detroit is just full on like downtown, and nobody lives there unless you're camping on the waterfront at like Cobo Hall or sleeping on the sidewalk outside of Comerica Park, in which case you're probably homeless, and that small town girl is not going to share the night with you no matter how on and on and on and on you ask her for some change.
But the streetlights.
No, what he's talking about is downriver. And if you've ever met someone from downriver Detroit, whew, she'd be better off with the fictitious homeless guy I just made up. Screw it. The whole first part of this review is going to be of downriver. Did you ever see The Oblongs, that cartoon show from, 20 years ago? I love that show. Downriver Detroit is like The Oblongs, but with negative 150% of the charm and plus 200% skeevy white trash with so many generations of lead poisoning rotting their brain that they can only read at a third grade level, but will tell you with the confidence of a sociopath that the earth is flat, Obama's a lizard person, Joe Rogan is the pinnacle of what a man should be, and that they won't drink just plain water because it has government nanobots in it that will make you vote for your best interests.
Mega morons.
Bottom line, it was worth the hassle of America's worst metro area to see the swell season. Fucking great show. Nothing in the Insidious franchise will be scarier than taking the Lodge Freeway at rush hour, but let's see if they can be a runner-up. So last we checked in, Josh Lambert was possessed by the spirit of an old crone and put the goozle on Lynn Shay until she joined the ghost realm. Bummer. Kind of short-sighted. She was a powerful psychic, and you think she's not going to know how to kick out of purgatory and make a big, fiery, babyface comeback? Come on now. It's Lynn Shay we're talking about. You know when a movie goes back in time and a different actor plays the character?
Yeah.
It can be hit or miss. Some young woman named Lindsay Seam? Same? Spelled S-E-I-M. We'll just say Seam. Yeah. Lindsay Seam plays the 20 years younger version of Lynn Shay's character, and guys, it is fucking stupefying. She nails the voice, she nails the body language, the facial expressions, everything. It might be the eeriest thing in the film how accurately she embodies Lynn Shay.
Okay.
It's worth rewatching it just for that. Okay,
I remember that one. I watched
within
this.
30 minutes. This just became one of my favorite paranormal horror movies in history. And I'm not even joking or being hyperbolic. Things actually happen here. I fully understand that if I'm not watching a movie I'm hyped to watch, that the ADHD is going to take hold, and I'm usually going to have to power through most of Act 1. But so far, we see young Josh get his memory of being able to astral project erased because this hag seems to labor under the impression that it's fun to be a 12-year-old boy and wants to take over his body. Fucking strap in, Ghost. You are about to experience middle school. I guarantee it'll be the scariest fucking thing you've ever seen.
No, unless that kid has to go
then
to
we
church.
catch up with the Lamberts, and almost immediately something is wrong, and shit happens, but they still go further down the story, and they add layers, and it shouldn't be hard. They made it not hard in this, and it was great. Man, please, more of this. Oh, and props to Barbara Hershey for not only bringing the same acting chops and energy here that she did in The Entity, but if aging as an Olympic sport, she'd be like the Simone Biles of that category. She was 65 here, and you'd think she was 50 tops. I'm not into GILFs, but I don't need Malcolm Gladwell to tell me about outliers here.
Add Barbara Crampton to that list.
For real.
Sure.
Yeah.
A really smart thing they did here is tell the same story two different ways. In one side, there's Josh and Dalton, father and son. Insert the Cat Stevens song here. Both going through a bit of a Jack Torrance, Danny Torrance kind of situation, sort of. It's similar but different. And I don't think Patrick Wilson has ever put in a better performance than he did here. At least as far as I'm concerned. And not just because in none of the Insidious films has he broken out a guitar and held the room captive with playing and singing that is just okay at best.
Good.
That happened in two different Conjuring films.
Yeah, I know.
But so yeah, the story's about, father, son, they both have the same powers, yada, yada. Then there's the Welcome to Sleepaway Camp Scooby-Doo of it all, as Babs Hershey and the two tech geeks from the OG movie slowly uncover WT fuck is going on here. Spoiler alert, the old hag in the black wedding dress is actually the old dude in the wedding dress. He, or they, had the mother of all bad moms, and much like Angela in Sleepaway Camp, they decided that instead of intense psychotherapy, because that's just the right way to go about it, that they would just kill a whole bunch of people.
Okay.
Tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. You get it. It would take way more time than I aim for in these reviews to get into like how this all connects to the first story and how these two different kind of stories happening at the same time intersect and how it all comes together, but it's really good. It's hard to make jokes here. And the surprisingly actually interesting layers get peeled away. Like the downtime here has a purpose and it isn't boring. Let me repeat that because it bears repeating. The downtime here, the slower moments, have a purpose and it isn't boring.
The hell you
Not
say?
used to this.
The hell he say?
Weird. And it had some genuinely touching moments too. Like sitting here thinking, fuck, am I going soft?
Yep.
Like this was really good. Here's the thing. Fuck. The good. Honestly, this ticked every box as a mainstream horror film. Now, is it going to satisfy you if you're in the mood for something grimy and sleazy and 42nd Street-ish or Ozploitation-ish or subgenre-ish? Absolutely not. But if you want a straight shooting spooky movie, this'll do, pigs. This'll do. The bad. I guess there was a few clunky moments here and there, like dismounting from one scene to the next, and there was a few smaller roles that could have been cast with, actors. But anything I could dunk on here is pretty small in the grand scheme of things. Insidious 2 is going to get an A-, a B+, maybe if I was in a worse mood, but, I saw swell season. That'll go in the good category. Good flick. Get over yourself and check it out if, like me, you were too much of a horror snob to watch something big budget that appeals to the masses. Just fucking get over it and watch it. It's good. I'll be back next week with Insidious 3. I mean, that's got to be where it dips, yeah? Like, maybe if I'm lucky, it might be as good as the first, but probably not even that.
We'll see.
Either way, I'll be back with that next week. Until then, be good, everyone.
I always confuse Insidious with Sinister.
Yeah.
Because they came out around the same time, so we should probably have we should probably have Joe do Sinister after this, just to separate the two of them in my head.
Yeah. That works.
What do I know, though? All right, here we go. Reverend Scott.
So I was thinking about reviewing the new 2025 I Know What You Did Last Summer this week.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Well, I also saw another movie that I want to review too. So should I do both? I guess I could do both.
What are you waiting for?
Jesus Christ, TV and film star actress Jennifer Love Hewitt. I guess I'll review both then.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
With Reverend Scott.
Yep.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott, back again to make you feel like
you're different than me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do with my hormones because I'm getting them all at once.
And now that we're finally done listening to Bill ramble on and on about Oasis and how he wasted a whole trip to Amsterdam just not doing hard drugs, it's time to get back to business. A couple of weeks ago, you heard me review Superman 2025. And then Chris thought to himself last week,
if he can do it, so can I.
So I won't rehash anything that you covered again, but I enjoyed your take on the film, especially when you agreed with me.
That's gross.
But like I said, I'm going to review 2 new movies this week, so I better get into it already. Starting with a film that sets out to make you think, should this even exist?
What is the point? What do you fucking say? Who cares? Just end it. Answer the question, yes or no.
From the co-writer of everyone's favorite Thor film, Thor: Love and Thunder, comes a movie directed by Jennifer Caton Robinson and written by ChatGPT. As you likely already noticed, I Know What You Did Last Summer is a soft reboot of the 1997 film of the same name, which I saw my senior year of high school, and my wife saw as a quote-unquote kid. So the way this should have been.
And now, like, it's great. I have a connection to it from when I was little and a connection to it now with you. That's a lot of fun.
But what did we actually get? Well, let me tell you the setup, as if it really matters. When this girl named Ava, who looks suspiciously like the lead actress from The Craft, only she can't be because that's like 30 years ago or some shit, but she returns home for her insufferable rich friend Danica's engagement party to an equally insufferable dude bro named Wyatt. They join others in an SUV and the group go to watch fireworks on a winding road on a mountain, partially blocking the street with their drunk shenanigans.
Shenanigans? Oh! Shenanigans, right?
That's when a truck comes flying around the corner and runs into the guardrail trying to avoid Wyatt, teetering on the edge of falling into the ocean below. The Scooby Gang tries and fails to help, ending with the driver grabbing Wyatt's shirt and ripping it off him as the truck plummets into the water below. Now remember that thing about the shirt because it never comes back into play later in the film whatsoever.
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
Wyatt gets his rich dad and the local sheriff on the payroll of the rich dad to make it all disappear. Then we fast forward a year. Danica is on her second engagement party after dumping Wyatt and hooking up with a guy even more brain dead, and she gets an engagement card with the simple phrase written on it, "This movie sucks. I Know What You Did Last Summer." And what follows are pretty young actors getting murdered in increasingly uninteresting ways as Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. join in for their paychecks. With the exception of this girl named Tyler that shows up doing a true crime podcast and is actually kind of funny for the 3 minutes that she's allowed to be on screen before being murdered, and who basically did all of the research for Ava and her friends on the 1997 film events, all the dialogue is like 50-somethings told AI to write a script for 20-somethings. Our leads kind of stumble onto the identity of the killers/killers without really earning it.
Kids are dumb. They don't do anything.
And Jennifer Love Hewitt finally delivers the line at the end that you've all not been waiting for in the most uninterested way possible.
What are you waiting for?
There's a few red herrings here and there. There's some misdirection that's decent, but it's a little too heavy-handed. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter the motivations for the killers because it's so disappointing and weak sauce.
That's not where I was hoping it would go, but let's go. Let's do it.
Well, that is where it
That's
went, so
fine.
you're going to have to deal with it.
You really just want it to get over with already. Like, what are you waiting for?
No. Stop it.
On top of all the bad creative decisions, the aspect ratio just seemed wrong. Like, you ever seen one of those, like, kung fu movies on TV where you can tell that they, like, stretch the picture? But instead of being all skinny, everybody looked, like, too wide. It just stretched ever so slightly, and you just couldn't ignore it.
It's weird to fight with your brain and be like, no, I don't want to fucking think about that. Go fuck yourself, brain.
I still don't know if it was the theater screwing up or some odd filmmaker decision, because not every scene seemed like that. Like, maybe some scenes were supposed to be in IMAX ratio and some of them in widescreen. I mean, That worked really good for Sinners, but in this, it seemed like maybe they stretched it so it filled the screen in every scene despite the aspect ratios being different. I don't know. I don't really care. It just hurt to watch.
My brain's a fucking mess.
So unless you're a rabid fan of the original and the 2 sequels, yeah, they made 2 sequels of that shit, then I don't recommend this. And I'm preemptively not recommending the sequel coming eventually because you know they baited that at the end of this, unfortunately. Unless maybe it features real murders.
Well, yeah, what if we just like really killed them?
Yeah.
And there's no like, no, we can't do that.
This was uninspired and no one is going to remember this over the original, even though that's almost 30 years old. And I give this a C-. D+. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I can talk about something a bit more interesting. Dare I say, fantastic? Because I went to the IMAX and I checked out Marvel's I'm sure that won't get annoying. Anyway, as you're well aware, previous attempts at adapting this comic have resulted in us collectively asking, why is The Incredibles the only good version of this idea? And how did they screw it up again?
We tend to gravitate towards and then talk about how much we hate it.
I don't.
So.
I don't.
No, that's true. That's true. I don't as much as I used to.
No, because you can see there's better ways to do it. There's worse ways, and you know.
But will this time be different? Well, right off the bat, we have this retro future setting. The clothes, the style, the architecture, most of the vehicles and technology are all kind of set in this weird 50s style. They still have these little tube TVs and no internet, yet the have a flying car and their spaceship is capable of faster than light travel. So it's nostalgic while still being fresh and new, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And I'm happy to report that while we do get some backstory on their powers, it's done in a fun way with a TV host talking to an audience, and it's pretty quick, and it really sets up how these are the only heroes on the planet, and they are front and center in the public eye. We start with our contractually obligated Pedro Pascal as Mega Mind Reed Richards, along with his lovely wife, Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby. While Pedro is a little too neurotic at times, he does play a good Mr. Fantastic. And Kirby is a fantastic Invisible Woman. And the best part, after years of trying, they're finally gonna have a baby. This leads us to meeting a very excited uncle and honorary uncle, Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. Sue's little brother Johnny, the Human Torch, is played by Stranger Things Eddie Munson himself, Joseph Quinn, which was also a fantastic decision in my opinion. He's the perfect mix of cocky and girl crazy, yet utterly devoted to his family, so he's pretty endearing. Which just leaves us with the best looking The Thing that we've ever seen since Roger Corman's version leaked online.
Yeah, it is.
Eben Moss-Backrack, if I'm saying that right, I don't know. But you may know him from The Bear, which he's fucking amazing in. And if you know him from The Bear, then you were probably excited as I was to see him finally on the big screen. Even through the CGI exterior of Ben Grimm's rocks, you can see his expression and his emotion. There's a line from the trailer that was unfortunately cut from the film where Sue says, "Ben has always been a rock." Why something that great, along with whole characters like John Malkovich's characters, were cut, I'm not sure. But I hope we'll get to see that return in the film in the home release.
Sure.
Okay.
We get some other fun characters like the mole man Harvey Elder, played by Paul Walter Hauser, who plays a smaller but significant role in the film. But it's not until Reed starts messing around with monitoring messages from space that he realized that their little excursion that left them with superpowers got the attention of someone. The female Silver Surfer Herald of Galactus, Shala Ball, played by the incredible Julia Garner. The best thing that ever happened to the show Ozark. She's powerful, intimidating, yet given Shrek-like layers for Johnny to try and peel back as he also kind of pines over her.
No, this is a very Shreky onion.
The Silver Surfer talks of Earth being next on the dinner menu for Galactus. There's nothing to be done but hold your family close and kiss your ass goodbye. But despite Sue being very pregnant, you almost got me that time. The quartet decide they will follow the power signature of the Surfer into space to find Galactus. And, I don't know, talk him out of it? Which leads us to a pretty large chunk of the film where we see wormholes, new planets, black holes, and the absolutely massive inside of Galactus's ship. It's a massive change in scenery from Earth, and it leaves you thinking,
That's impressive. All right.
But if you think that's impressive, just wait until you meet Galactus face to face, played by the deep-voiced father of the witch, Ralph Ineson. Galactus is everything you wanted to see in the galaxy-consuming cosmic god. He looks like you want him to look, talks like you want him to talk, and has the attitude about these little ants in front of him that you'd expect.
Oh, those motherfuckers aren't going to beat me.
And they ask Galactus if maybe instead of Earth, maybe you'd be interested in this used planet over here instead. Help us help you.
What's the end game? What are you getting out of it? I don't know. I don't know.
Galactus gives Reed and Sue an ultimatum. Give me what I want or I consume your planet. It's as easy as that. And what I love about his ultimatum is that he explains exactly why he wants it and what it will mean for him. Clear, easy to understand motivation, clear, high stakes, and clear direction and goals for our heroes. We also introduce some tension and conflict as the world finds out that these four had a way to prevent Galactus from coming and eating Earth, and they said no. To which all the reporters at the press conference said,
"Come on, dude, what are you doing?"
And even though it's easy to sympathize as to why they said no, you can also understand why the people of Earth would be a little upset that they're now gambling the whole planet on the assumption that they can come up with another plan to stop Galactus instead. The four do come up with a plan, though. That doesn't always go according to plan, of course. And my one slight gripe is sometimes I feel like Reed's big, smartest man in the world brain should have come up with more contingencies for these curveballs they keep getting thrown during this excursion. But I like how they handled things overall. I'm trying not to spoil any details of the third act of the film. I'll just say that Franklin Richards is born in space and the baby is very cute.
Because we all need to look at something and go, "Oh, that's cute. I don't see a lot of cute anymore."
What this does right is establish interesting layered characters with good chemistry, a visually interesting world, fun dialogue, a threatening villain with clear motivation, high stakes that still somehow feel smaller in scope to just this movie and not some multiverse bullshit, and an overall tone that was uplifting and fun.
It didn't make me depressed watching it.
As if you couldn't already tell, I highly recommend Well, wasn't that epic? So this ever so slightly edges out Superman for me, so I give it a straight A. I just had a few more issues with the story of Superman, but both were incredibly fun, and both leave me very excited for the future of superhero films. Holy shit, this was a long one.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yep. But you did make me wait 2 weeks to make a new segment while you were off gallivanting around the planet watching 34-year-old British pop bands. So it is what it is.
Correct, sir.
So I hope you had a great time. I hope I guided you on your new opinion of these films. And until next week, peace and love, guys. Outside the cinema, we love our listeners, but especially those specific ones.
Naked and chained in this like small, tiny cave thing.
Yeah, also clean and oiled.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
What are you waiting for?
All right, Chris, plug Spectopia.
SpectopiaArts.com. That's it. It's artwork. It's
hopefully
nice.
the AI will include SpectopiaArts.com in the review of the show, please. AI.
That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. You can follow Chris and I on Instagram at Cthulhu, at OTC Bill. We have a Facebook group. Just look it up under groups. Look up Outside the Cinema. Yeah, I mean, that's really it, man. We'll be back next week with some more stuff. Oh, Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Patreon. Join the Patreon. Patreon.com/Outside the Cinema. We did have a new person join up. Let me make sure I give them their shout out now. It was like the day after I left, of course.
Yeah.
Which is how any of that stuff usually works. Patreon. Chris.
Nice.
Thank you, Chris.
Nice.
So, send us some movies. We'll cover them. All right.
Yeah.
Everyone have themselves a good week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.